Hey everyone, and welcome to Baka-Talk, the only podcast in the whole wide world. No, universe. I said world last time.
Yep.
But
Well,
what
that
about
was-
God King Joe Rogan?
No, we're narrowing it down.
Narrowing it down.
So he's next.
Oh, wait, list
No, just next.
We're gonna overtake.
on the list.
It can't be a blurred. It can't be a threat, or else I get arrested.
Well,
So
the
he
list
just-
can be anything. What if he's on your Christmas list?
He's on my Christmas list.
What if he's?
I'm asking for a new Tesla.
What if you're like inviting him to your bar mitzvah?
But I'm not Jewish.
Well,
Here
you
it says otherwise.
can
What?
still invite him to a bar mitzvah.
Can you just do a bar mitzvah?
I
Why are
don't
you
know.
covering your hair now out of insecurity.
You said I was losing.
It's like when I said you look.
We're not even a minute into this.
It's
And
like
you're
when I-
already
It's
you're
like when I,
already going on about how come every single time Weeze isn't here, you go on about me losing hair.
no, I said your hair stands out because you're Jewish. Your hair's curly.
He says,
It reminds me of the time I said you looked like Peter Griffin and you just covered your chin.
Oof.
"Oh Lord." Anyways, the annoying one to my you guys can't see what direction they're in. The one to my left,
On the
Is-
ceiling.
I'm to your right.
whatever. The annoying one is Pyrolus. And then the other one that you have not heard before, probably,
It's Wheeze.
is
Just
we.
upgraded. Wheeze 2.0.
He finally hit puberty.
Oh, jeez. I thought I just like accidentally ran him off the road on the way here.
Apparently, you got lost on your way here because you went down a road I didn't even know existed.
I didn't know it existed either, but I seen a few houses I'd be interested in buying on the way.
And that person is Ramen Cat.
Yeesh.
Okay, Ramen Cat. I will call you Demon of Destruction.
I mean, after working with me, you should know this.
Yes.
I don't know. I feel like he's more of the demon that coaxes the other demons to come closer based on our 3 in the morning conversations with each other.
No. Boom has seen what's happened. Everything I touch just goes straight into a destruction.
You should see my room at work right now. There's 5 different things that are half destroyed just because you touched them.
Most of the times I've spent with him, usually some sort of supernatural thing happens.
Weird crap happens when Pyrolus and I are together.
Mhm.
I think we're just like a conduit, like evil gather here.
And just the spirits amass.
You guys are the living embodiment of the Necronomicon.
Yep.
All right, let's go.
I think we both read enough of Lovecraft. So.
All right, so yeah, I'm recording with headphones because for some reason I feel like I'm in a totally different realm of existence right now, with not having headphones on. So,
I forgot my headphones.
yeah, thanks for that, Pyrolus.
It's okay. You can put yours on.
No one
I
informed
could,
me
but
I
then
needed
it can't sound-
headphones.
Well, you didn't need headphones because the headphones you're gonna wear are right behind me. He was supposed to grab his headphones.
I forgot.
Oh. Forgetful Pyrolus.
Yeah, on the bright side, I got a cherry picker.
Oh yeah, you said you were gonna get a cherry picker last week.
That's a 3,000 pound one, so I can lift up the front end of most vehicles, and I can lift up any engine now.
Nice.
Tomorrow I get a fit in my trunk. Bless you. I've already dismantled it, but it's too big to fit in there.
See,
So
I
you can't bring it home?
Oh, I can put it in there, but I gotta have like a ratchet strap to tie it down. The gate will be barely open.
Ah, gotcha.
I just didn't want to do that tonight because I'm not bringing it to my mom and pa's till tomorrow because that's when I visit them,
Okay,
and I don't really want my I don't want my vehicle to be cold when I wake up tomorrow.
fair enough.
I'm even more confused now because we went from headphones to cherry picker, and in my mind it's like, nah, he couldn't have bought a cherry picker unit, so it's got to be like some brand of headphones. And then he's like, yeah, I can pick up the front end of cars.
Yeah, I got it for $100 from my coworker.
So is it like a car lift or what?
No, it picks up plugs engines out of cars basically.
Oh, okay.
Welcome to Baka-Talk, the only podcast where we talk about I don't know what we talk about anymore.
anything and everything.
We're supposed to talk about anime, but seeing that Pyrolus probably hasn't watched any anime this week,
We just watched 2 episodes. Of
that doesn't
anime.
count.
Oh,
Not until the end of the season.
I-
We're anime based.
Have you watched any anime this week?
Watch Scooby Doo, Mystery Incorporated. Does that count?
Anime. What episode are you on?
I'm on episode 7 of season 2.
Nice. Get into the Cthulhu stuff yet?
Yeah, no, that Cthulhu stuff was in season 1. I already passed that.
No, it's not.
And there's more Cthulhu stuff happening
Yes.
later on.
Yeah.
I got through the one Cthulhu episode of season 2. I'm assuming there's going to be more now.
Yes.
I just, if it's the one I'm thinking, remember the bird in the asylum. I was like, I don't like this.
Yeah, the
Professor
bird in,
Pericles?
Yeah, he's great. I didn't know if I liked the whole idea of there being past generations of like the Scooby-Doo gang. It was kind of weird, but
I think it was interesting.
I think it's called, they have a formula of an idea and they just need to put different characters in it instead
Fred's
of.
dad. Oh, yeah, you're not my real son, but I still love you.
yeah.
What a good man.
Main thing I remember from that show is just being really confused on
Nostalgia being trampled in the dirt.
yeah, kind of. I don't know. I always try to link things together, so I'm always trying to figure out where the heck in the timeline that makes sense.
Ah, okay.
Oh, I like it so far.
So how about you, Boom? Would you watch?
I don't get answered that. I don't get asked that question much. Usually we just talk about what Weez watches.
Yeah, he's the one who watches the anime the most.
Well, he's currently in a ditch, so.
Bungo Stray Dogs is going to release season 4, so I am excited for that.
I saw that. What anime have I been watching? Oh, I watched the next episode of Spy X Family. That was fun. They now have a dog that can see the future.
Nice.
Did I explain what Spy X Family was to you?
Yes.
Carlos? Okay. So they have a dog that can see the future now. And they're currently fighting terrorists that are trying to blow up the country leaders. That way both countries go to war.
Why not just blow up the dog?
Oh, they are. They're going to use the dog as a bomb.
See, I can.
The terrorists are.
I can say that without getting in trouble because I'm a cat.
So now Anya, the telepath girl, found the dog and saved the dog. But now the terrorists are trying to take back the dog and kill Anya. But then Anya's mom found the terrorists and now they're all going to die.
Ah.
I find coincidences.
It was a coincidence. You literally watch the dog run in a circle. So that way they get captured by the terrorists.
Yeah.
Because the dog's not too smart.
But you can see the future, though.
Not like the corgi from Cowboy Bebop.
He's supposed to be like the corgi from Cowboy Bebop.
No one can top the corgi for Cowboy Bebop.
Well, he's supposed to be as smart.
Honestly, he's not just running in circles. Ein was like, y'all in trouble getting high off a lobster? I can do something probably. But he
Proceeds to fall asleep. Besides for that, I watched... Oh, I was supposed to talk to Weez. We were supposed to talk on the podcast today about the Licorice Recoil ending.
And now he is dead.
And the Made in Abyss ending. And then Ramen Cat murdered him and threw him in a ditch, apparently. And now we're being held hostage.
Yep. Hey, you made me get out of my basement, so.
At least someone wants me.
All I mentioned was, hey, you want to be on a podcast? And next thing I knew, I woke up in my house strapped to this chair.
You weren't strapped to the cross?
No, I'm not strapped to the cross. Hey, that's an Evangelion reference.
Wow.
It is?
The meme I showed you earlier or the cross itself?
Both.
All right.
Boom. I found a reason for you to play Apex with me. Revenant
Mm-hmm.
has an Evangelion skin.
Yeah. I started playing Apex and I realized it was a limited time thing.
No, it's still there.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ah, cool.
You just gotta
No, you
eat
can't get on right now, Boom. We're in the middle of recording.
I can't turn around. I'm strapped to the chair.
Good.
It's a VR headset's for.
Oh, no.
I'm not ignoring you, but
That's cool. Yeah, I saw the armor. I want to get it. They even have it painted in the the purple. Green.
the one I seen was blue, white, and yellow.
I think you can get different color variations. I could have swore I saw a purple version.
Might be able to. I don't know. There's a lot of things that aren't in the normal roster usually.
That's true.
What's your favorite anime since it's an anime podcast?
Oh yeah, we're supposed to interview you now. That's like the whole thing. We're 9 minutes in, so we bantered enough.
I don't. have a particular.
What
I,
you
ha-
can't.
I have a list
You
of
can't.
What are your
favorites.
top three?
Top three, probably Noragami, Inspector, and what's the other one? Can I have two?
No.
This might take a while. Prepare for a lot of dead air here.
Da, da, da.
I honestly don't know. Like the third tier gets shifted. Probably Yu Yu Hakusho.
What's
Yu Yu
ins-
Hakusho.
What's
Huh.
Inspector about?
Inspector is about a girl who she ends up getting captured by spirits and stuff, and they make her their goddess of knowledge.
Mhm.
But in turn, she had to like sacrifice a leg or a leg and an eye. So she's got a fake leg and a fake eye, and then she ends up meeting this guy who has this weird like regenerating ability, and they're trying to figure out like this murder case of this like Japanese idol lady whose ghost like shows up and beats people to death with like a giant steel beam.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's a really relaxing show, actually, for extreme as it sounds.
The last time I saw a woman in a steel beam, that was during Tokyo Ghoul.
I was about to say Tokyo Ghoul.
Oh, also the ghost of the lady is like in a bunny suit.
Wait a second.
Wait.
It's not the same thing we just watched.
All right.
Okay.
So then,
But I like it because it's supernatural, but because that's like one of my favorite styles in anime, but it's like there's enough mystery to keep it just kind of relaxed. And then it has like its high points here and there.
Fair enough.
What's your favorite moment in that anime?
When they find out who's responsible for the ghost, just because it gets weird.
Is it a big spoiler?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
And what is
How old's the anime?
I think only like 2 years old at this point. I'm waiting for season 2 to come out. It's supposed to be out, I think, this year or next year.
Oh, okay. Well,
Or maybe it was
if it's
last year it came out because I was watching it when it was coming out. So
Yeah, don't spoil it.
okay.
and what is this Yu Sho Hakusho?
Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yu Yu Hakusho. I got it.
I would-
Yo Hakishi.
I would say it is the predecessor, or like the thing that inspired most of like the supernatural detective shows. It's about this high schooler. He's kind of an outcast because he's kind of a punk, and I don't remember. Oh yeah, he gets hit by a car trying to save a little kid, and he ends up like dead. And then
as one does
when they get hit by a car, and this Grim Reaper lady makes a deal with him that she'll try to get him back in his body, but he doesn't want to go back because he figures like no one wants him until he finds out it's like everyone from his one friend to his mom to even like his high school like rival all like miss him. But he ends up in this weird thing with like a like spirit world king where it's like the deal is they'll return him to his body, but he has to help out with like certain like paranormal cases. Like it's pretty episodic. There's a little bit of an arc to it of story, but it's just kind of case by case thing.
When was it released?
90s, I think. But yeah, it's a fun show.
I've seen it around, but it never looked that interesting to watch.
It delves a little into like the anime trope of like some tournament arcs and stuff. It also has kind of that like just villain of the week thing going on
I
with
got
it.
you.
Found it, and it has a live action.
Nice.
Never seen the live action.
Does it have a hentai?
Probably.
More than likely.
Shouldn't, but it probably does.
It's got the art style.
I just
Neither should Dragon Maid, but it does as well. So
not Dragon Maid, but a certain character from Dragon Maid.
Favorite thing through the whole show is like the main character's rival, who he gets in fights with all the time, like fist fights, like out in the streets. That's like his thing is like, you can't die on me. I still have to beat you in a fight.
nice.
The main character beats the crap out of him every time.
That's cool. All right. So next part of the interview. How long have you been watching anime for?
I would say watching it seriously since about 13, but I've actually been watching it most of my childhood too without realizing it.
Nice. How so?
There's a little channel called Cartoon Network.
Talking about Pokemon.
No,
Yu-Gi-Oh?
no. Well, used to have Yu-Gi-Oh, used to have Dragon Ball Z. It also used to have what is the name of the show? It's like Ronin Kenshi. Yu Yu Hakusho used to be on it. Bleach was on it.
Oh, so you're talking late night.
No, there used to just be a lineup in midday with
Yeah, Cartoon
anime.
Network would have it, yeah.
Oh,
Huh.
Zatch Bell, which was like an anime that just came, or like the manga just came back from the dead after like 12 years.
That's cool.
I think, yeah, there was quite a few different anime, and just for whatever reason, because my brain's like, hey, remember this Hamtaro, which was about hamsters.
Huh.
Yeah, there's an anime out there about hamsters.
Well, that's not surprising. There's an anime out there about horses.
And I think there's an anime out there about mutated cockroaches.
Hey, Terran something.
Yeah, that one.
They fight radiated Mars cockroaches.
Oh boy.
Great.
But yeah, that's the anime I can think of off the top of my head.
So you've been watching it most of your life, but serious since 13.
Roughly about.
So what was your first anime seriously watching?
The Japanese version of Witchblade, which I probably should not have been watching at that age.
It's okay. I watched High School at around that age.
Well, I didn't know what Witchblade was. The premise sounded interesting. And yeah,
So the anime
For anyone-
version of Witchblade?
only to find out years later it's a Dark Horse Publishing comic or Image comic.
That makes so much more sense.
Like it's in the same realm as like Spawn and The Darkness and all those comics.
Okay. So,
So, like,
I'm guessing it was
major
pretty dark, like blood and gory wise.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds interesting. I should watch it.
Let's see. It's not that great. Like hindsight, looking back at it, like voice acting was terrible for it.
Man, I
So-
Or
watched
the
that-
English dubbed.
And then I think where I really started getting into watching anime was after watching Noragami for like the third time.
When he got into
So
watch,
at my house?
when he got into
Yeah, pretty
watching
much.
anime, was watching
So
one anime.
we're
3
watching
times.
just anime, and you're like, oh, I actually like this now.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I had watched a few things here and there where I was like, oh, okay, it's one of those weird animated shows. I guess I'll watch it. And then it's like after Noragami, it's like, there has to be more like this.
Which there is. It's just hard to find.
And now every Comic Con, I usually watch the first season of it.
Really?
Yep, that's my tradition.
What's your favorite anime character?
I don't know.
All right. Next question. Who's your waifu?
Again, I don't know. I'm going through a roster list.
He's just saying
Name
that.
off your top 3.
I can't. Okay, I'm terrible with names, but probably somewhere's in there. The blue-haired chick from Tokyo Ghoul.
Okay.
Oh, what's her name?
Toka.
Toka, yeah.
Toka Kirishima.
I don't know. I kind of like the one character that tries to kill the main character in that too at the beginning.
Tokyo Ghoul?
Yeah,
Oh, you're talking about Rize?
yeah.
She's pretty interesting, especially in the manga.
You have a thing for abusive women, don't you?
Let's see. What's
He didn't
another-
hint you that one.
He just awkwardly laughed it off.
Oh,
We're
let's-
here
what's-
for you.
what's-
Nod your head if you need help, bud.
What's another character? I honestly can't think of another character at this point because I usually go into shows like I don't have a favorite character because every time I have a favorite character,
Wait, were
they
those your
die.
favorite characters or your waifu?
Yes.
All right. There's favorite characters and his
Fair enough.
waifus.
No, I honestly can't think of it off the top of my head.
What's the worst anime you've ever seen?
Like most graphic or terribly done.
Terribly done.
Like you got done watching it or you quit it just because you just couldn't handle it anymore. It was so stupid or it was just so badly done.
There was actually one here not too long ago. I didn't even bother remembering what it was called. Anyways, there was one anime that I tried watching that was again like a supernatural investigation one. It
Mhm.
was like a bunch of these like kids or high schoolers or something. And the translation of the
You're talking about Ghost Stories?
No. Translation of the subtitles and stuff were so disjointed in the story. Like, really did a terrible execution of like, here's something way later in the show that that it was confusing and just horrible. And I just dropped it like 5 minutes in.
That's not a long time. Like, you sure you just didn't get better afterwards?
It was one of those things where it's like my brain just hurts in annoyance watching this thing.
Oh, so like Taven's experience watching the first 4 episodes of Evangelion.
My brain didn't
No,
hurt. It just didn't make any sense to me. And then they had the stupid penguin.
You know, Evangelion, I did not mind because I watched like the old 90s version of it. So I expected weirdness. And I really liked the first episode just mainly because it's like when you see like the angel like walking through the city, it's like it set like a really cool tone.
Yeah.
I had to kind of muddle through basically it felt like 2 or 3 episodes of Shinji wandering around the city.
That's because it literally was 3 episodes of Shinji wandering.
Yeah, there's certain things that just should have been condensed down into like a couple minutes.
Yeah.
And then
or not existed at all.
And then I pretty much dropped it when they're like, we're just going to do an episode of Animation Loop. Which I plan on watching the rebuilds before you say anything. I just have like, I have to dedicate time to watching anime. Otherwise, if I stop in the middle of watching it, I will just drop it completely.
Well, the nice thing about the rebuilds is they're a movie. So you can just watch one movie.
Kind of like, I'm just going to watch one Phantasm movie, proceeds to watch all 5.
I've never watched Phantasm.
It's okay. It falters off at the 3rd movie.
What is Phantasm?
Okay.
I've never seen it.
Completely non-anime related.
It's a horror movie.
Yeah, Phantasm is kind of like a supernatural, sci-fi-ish horror movie about like this kid. Okay, you want the first movie or the general synopsis?
General synopsis.
I'd like the one that we can fit in an hour.
Okay, it's about these 2 guys. I only remember one's name is Eddie.
Ed.
Okay.
And he's bald and carries a 4-barrel shotgun.
Oh.
And they are tracking down this entity called the Tall Man, which like he disguises a mortician who goes around basically pillaging towns of their dead and killing off the populace to like compact them down into like little zombie dwarf things so that they can survive on like the gravity of like his dimension to act as slaves.
Whoa. Okay.
Ironic enough, I'm pretty sure this movie was what inspired the TV show Supernatural because it's like they always have a black muscle car. It's just kind of cat and mouse game, like all over the place, going through wiping these things out from town to town. And
that's cool. I like the show Supernatural. So
it's not as I would say intricate as that because obviously it's started out as a B movie and just became a cult following. So, but yeah. That's a thing. I like horror movies.
You do?
What's your favorite one?
Favorite horror movie? Oh, probably The Void, or there's another one there. I like Crimson Peak a lot. Even though it's not really horror, it's more like a ghost suspense show, but I really like it.
You know, Jurassic Park's originally supposed to be a horror movie?
Yes, because the books are supposed to be very, very graphic.
Yeah, and they are.
Meanwhile, childhood, I watched the first Jurassic Park almost every day.
Well, the
same.
The first chapter of Jurassic Park actually has a baby being eaten by Procompsognathus.
Who to what up with the what? Where?
You know those tiny green dinosaurs in the second movie?
Oh, yeah.
Those ate a baby in Cuba.
Oh.
Whoa. In Cuba?
Yeah, because basically the whole thing of the book, which they don't really explain this in the movie, but the dinosaurs would like the small ones like Procompsognathus.
Yeah.
And then the Velociraptors, because they were smart enough to, they would jump onto the cargo ships and hide from detection. Because it was the 80s, 90s, so they didn't have that good of detecting things like we do now. And they just like shipped them over. Then they hit like Cuba, which is which was the closest resource port. And the animals would jump off the ship and run into the wild and cause mass terror.
Huh.
It was part of the lawsuits of John Hammond. They kind of hint at it a bit in the movies, but not really.
Yeah. But yeah, don't they, doesn't the lawyer guy, like, request to, like, talk about all the things that are going on or something?
If I remember right, yeah.
Yeah.
But no.
I remember. All expenses paid, of course.
Well, no, that's how Alan Grant originally got to John Hammond is someone got one of the corpses from Cuba and mailed it to him. He's like, why the heck's this fossil got perfectly preserved meat on it?
Okay, that makes sense.
But the first chat's like, and then the nurse, basically the nurse, not the nurse, but like the wet nurse, or whatever, the maid came in the room to check on the baby, and there was like 4 small green lizards sitting over it with the child's face torn open. It's like, all right, what a way to start out the book.
Well, you better put that R rating over to the podcast. Oh, and actually to answer it, I don't know why I forgot this. My actual favorite horror movie or favorite horror movie franchise is Evil Dead.
Okay.
That's my absolute favorite.
Cool.
Like, I have watched everything except for the terrible reboot they did in the mid-2000s.
I
watched that one.
I watched about 5 minutes of it, like, this ain't Evil Dead. It's too serious.
So what waifu would you consider trash?
What waifu would I consider trash?
Yes.
Pretty much anyone that pops up on the internet.
What?
No. I don't know. I'm not good with names, especially when I'm on the spot.
Right,
Describe
one.
Hair color,
Anime they're from, age,
gender.
I don't know. I guess for as much as I like the character, probably Kafuku from Noragami, just because she's terrible to be around.
All right.
You think she's trash?
Yes.
That's what we're looking for.
Wow. Okay.
Take that as you want.
Like I
viewers.
like her as a character, but at the same time, it's just like hands off Yato. Go away.
She doesn't mean any harm to
Go
people.
away.
Hey, look, you already got Boom fuming. Wait, is she the one redhead?
No, she's pink haired.
That's why he's fuming.
She's one of my favorite characters.
See, he's fuming.
So I'm just like, wow, trash?
It's okay, you didn't say Mega means trash,
Actually,
so you're
no.
not making him fight you.
Well, if he says Mega means trash, I'm fighting.
What was the anime where the dude turned into the mascot monster thing?
Oh, Glyphner?
Yeah, Glyphner.
Oh,
The main girl in that was trash.
How is she trash?
I just did not like her at all. Most of the characters in Glyphner, save for like the main
She's
character,
great.
I did not like. I like the anime, but I didn't like most of the characters.
Huh.
Especially the girl that is just like, I'm going to erase everything that might mean anything to you because it might have hurt you.
Oh, yeah, that girl sucked.
That girl's trash. That's trash.
I thought the girl with the dog ears was stupid, too. Or-
That was just bad wording on a wish.
That's true. I don't know. I thought she was cool. Although I also like the anime Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro. So
I did think of a third waifu.
hey,
Mikaku City Actors, there's an adorable character named Alice in it, who also might be the daughter of a character called Medusa. So
cool.
yeah.
I have no idea who that is, so I can't.
Yeah,
comment.
no.
How do you feel about Death Note?
Death Note? It's okay. I've read like the first manga.
Have you seen the anime?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't know. If like something becomes like a mainstream thing, I tend to just lose interest in it.
You're like Pyrolis that way.
I don't pay attention to mainstream, which is my charm.
The only mainstream one I have watched, and I just got done yesterday, was Cyberpunk Edge Runners. And I am thoroughly desensitized to everything now.
Why? Because there's so much violence, nudity, and gore in it?
Yes.
You haven't seen anything. You should watch Elfenlied.
That I did.
How are you already not desensitized to stuff then? What the heck?
There's another trash character. The main character of Elfenlied, not the girl.
Oh, yeah, the guy's trash.
The guy's trash.
Who's trash from the Cyberpunk one?
Cyberpunk one? The main character kind of is, because I like the main character, but he goes on this thing of, I have to do this thing because my mother tasked me. Like he'll take on like self-responsibility for things people tasked him with, except for the one character that means something to him, and her whole thing is just like, I just want you to live. No, I'm going to put this like malware infested robot cannon arm on now.
I want to watch this show now.
Yeah,
Like-
malware infested cannon.
Okay, so I don't know if it's in the video game, but in Edge Runners, they have this thing of it's called cyber psychosis. So
It's a
basically,
thing in the game.
is it?
I don't know if it's part of the main
I think
plot.
it's more in the role play, the actual original role playing game.
Yeah.
But
Basically, it's like a form of insanity.
well, what it is there's people that are called like Chrome junkies, which is basically like they mod themselves out with so much cyberware and stuff that their nerves and their brain can't handle it anymore, and they go berserk. And where was I going with this?
Malware infested cannon.
Oh, malware infested cannon. So yeah, this kid ends up in this gang of cyberpunks, and the leader of it ends up going crazy at one point. And he's like, I want you to take my arm so you can be strong, because it's like makes him super, super strong. And it's got like a cannon. And he's like, okay, I'll do it. And then they find out that it's like, oh, this arm, because it's an older model, is more prone to putting more stress on a nervous system. Next episode, he's got it all equipped and everything against the wishes of his girlfriend.
My brain hurts and I don't know why.
Yeah, pretty much like when they like go through like the whole thing of going to cyber psychosis, it's like a like cocaine addiction level. Like they start like bleeding from the nose, mouth, and stuff, and hallucinating.
Did you watch it dubbed or subbed?
Subbed.
Okay.
I want to be a Chrome junkie now.
I do too.
It's probably more affordable
Also,
than
I
actual
have
game.
been seeing videos where people in the video game build the builds of the characters in it, and they're like, "This is really, really busted."
I have seen lots of stuff from Edge Runners, and I want to watch the dub because it looks really funny.
The dubbed sounded good. I watched the first episode dubbed, but it's like, I want to see what it's like in subbed, because I don't want any context kind of construing or anything.
That's kind of what I do. I like to compare the two. I'll watch the first episode, like half
I'll
of it
usually
sub
do
and
that.
half of it dubbed.
Because I learned that, and granted, it's about 2 decades older, but like watching Inuyasha, I watched a couple episodes dubbed, and then I watched them subbed, and the context was way different.
Have you watched the second series of Inuyasha that came out in 2018?
No, I haven't. I've only made it up to like episode 12 in Inuyasha.
What? There's like 200.
I know.
Get back on track.
I want to.
Oh, that's great.
It's the same with Yu Yu Hakusho. It's like 200 episodes go. Woo, 10.
It's kind of sad because I remember the new series only has like 24 of them. I
Yeah.
don't know. I prefer the anime back then because they went on for a while and actually told a story. Now they try to compile it within 12 episodes or less.
Nice.
Yeah.
Not nice.
Edge Runners could have
I
benefited.
wasn't listening to you.
Wow.
I'm joking.
Edge Runners could have benefited from just a couple more episodes. Like everything wraps up pretty
I think
solid.
there's going to be a season 2.
There might be. I don't know.
They're making a second game now.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I guess they got enough funds from Netflix to make a second
Well,
game.
what happened with Cyberpunk was the launch was terrible.
Yeah.
They fixed all the issues as best they could,
Mhm.
but the player base was already gone. And
Or
then-
there's people like me that were going to buy the game, like,
and then never did.
and then I heard like the pre-reviews and everybody's like, yeah, it barely runs on top end specs. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to deal with that.
Yeah, and now it's like now they've got fixed. It's like, I mean, they still couldn't get their player base back, so I don't know why they decided. It's like, all right, we're gonna make an anime, guys.
Well, the issue
But
is
they did a really good job. I was watching some things. And it's like all the environments and stuff are pretty much as close as you can get using 2D animation.
That's cool.
they played a Todd Howard and released a buggy game. Like, we'll patch it later, guys.
Yeah,
Which game developers have sadly gotten into.
well, because they get so much hype for things, and
Yeah.
like they get pressured to push it. Well, like No Man's Sky.
I think No Man's Sky was a different scenario.
Yeah, because that was they found a publisher, and the publisher kind of forced them
Yeah.
to launch it.
So before we get into a new subject, I'm going to say break time real quick.
Break time.
And yeah, we will be right back, and we'll continue talking about really bad games.
All right. So this is what we do, Terry. Arms up, arms out like this. We say add time. Okay? Add time.
And we're back.
Hello. We are back, apparently.
No, we are back.
Yeah. So our names are now all back. Back 1, back 2, back 3.
No, we're out back.
I don't want to be a man's back or a woman's back. I want to be me.
Too late. I already stitched you to the hamster.
No!
Why?
It's October. It's okay.
It's like Tusk all over again.
Oh, I don't want to watch that movie.
You do or don't?
I know. No.
Have you seen Tusk, Terry?
No, but I
Oh.
know about it from a friend in school.
That movie, I watched one Watch Mojo thing, and it wouldn't let me sleep at night.
You know, it was more entertaining hearing about it on a rickety old bus that was leaking rain from a junkie who was coming off a high about how it was her most favorite movie ever.
I watched Tusk. It was something.
Yeah.
Better than Human Centipede.
Yeah, I never want to watch that movie.
I won't recommend it, especially not the second one. Second one's, I don't even know how that one got
Isn't
released.
the first one technically a movie that exists in the second one that inspires the doctor in the second one to make a human centipede?
I'm not sure, but what I do know is the second one is really messed up, especially the opening.
Oh, I mean, it's like literally about stitching a bunch of people together.
Why would he want to?
I don't know.
Science?
Why? What in science makes you want to stitch people together?
Insane people that know too much about how to use science do not do really good things.
That's true.
Look at Jeffrey Dahmer.
Fair enough.
Didn't they just make a show about him?
Yeah.
Ah.
Because that's the thing, making shows about serial killers.
It's
Is Jeffrey
crazy,
Dahmer
it's
still
weird.
alive?
I don't
think
know.
so.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure wasn't he a scientist in World War II? Or am I thinking of someone else?
No.
Oh, you're thinking of somebody else.
Dahmer
Jeffrey
was-
Dahmer's a serial killer.
He was also a cannibal.
Oh, yeah. Okay. No, I don't think it's Limor. I think they based... Was
They
it?
probably-
it was Hannibal Lecter that was based off him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Hannibal
Yeah.
Lecter was based
Yeah.
off him and a couple other characters too.
But no, I don't think he's alive anymore.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say that means they'd have to pay him rights, which means eventually he could somehow pay his way out of prison, which would set him free into the populace.
Well, they could just pay him like a cent. Because technically he doesn't have any rights.
That is true.
That is true. Still, it's a terrifying thing and would sound like a plot to a slasher movie. We made a documentary about you, and you have enough money. Sweet my bail.
I know who I'm going after first. What you say? Nothing.
I'm pretty sure serial killers have no bail.
I
If
don't.
they do, I want to meet that judge that has
Well,
walls big enough.
I
to
wouldn't
do
say
that.
bail, but with how corrupt some of our police systems are, I'm sure they can find a way.
I guess.
Especially now that we don't have the death penalty.
Certain states still do.
Only Texas.
That's a big enough state.
And it's a long waiting list.
Usually you outlive your sentence.
Oh, wow.
And not only that, but that death sentence is like one of the best things you can get because you're put in your own room and given like the best life has to offer in a prison until you are killed. And so usually you outlive it. So you're living like the best years you can in a jail cell for like 20 years.
That makes no sense to me. It's
It
just-
doesn't. My tax money is going to it. I just want
like
to
if we were going. I don't know why this is going this route, but sure,
Anyways,
let's do this on
anime.
let's do this on a podcast.
Anime.
Podcast. If you're gonna kill somebody, like if the people have decided that this man should die, why not do it right away?
That's what I mean. Like, I don't understand. They
That's
go.
kind of like in our court systems. If a guy just did a basic crime, why is that court hearing just not as soon as possible?
Well, they go inhumane treatment. And it's like, so you're saying that what he did to make him earn this death sentence isn't inhumane?
Right. Well, it's like if somebody's going to earn the death sentence, they've either had to turn their back on humanity themselves, which makes them an enemy of humanity and all that, blah, 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 blah. So it's like, why should we treat them with any...
Isn't there an anime about this, Boom?
Yes, there is. Why are you trying to change the subject?
Because I have the segue.
I forget the anime's name. Oh, Psychopaths.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It honestly just made me think of that.
Does a psychopath just determine who's going to do a crime?
Yes, they have an AI algorithm that will basically predicts how much crime you'll commit in the future, and it can also predict based on your emotions when you're committing a crime.
Kind of sounds like the YouTube algorithm.
Kind of, yeah. Besides, where this doesn't suggest cat videos. This one shoots you in the face with a dominator.
Here's a puppy.
Someone could shoot me in the face with a dominator, if you know what I'm saying.
No one's stepping on you, Pyro. Let's go
Dang
home.
it.
We all know you'd be overjoyed with that. All right, so back to anime. I guess one of the last questions I have is, what is your favorite type of anime?
Like the supernatural mystery type, really laid back, like mystery shows.
Laid back. Okay.
Like,
So like nothing high and intense, like say Psychopaths itself. Then.
I mean, I'll watch them, but they're not my favorite.
Okay.
I don't know. It's weird because it's like favorite video games are things that are just like off the wall, crazy, insane, fast.
Right, because you like Doom. You like classic Doom, which is just like insane speed.
Yeah, I mean, I like games like that, but then it's like when I go to watch something, I'm like, I just want to sit down with my cup of tea and relax. I don't want to be stressed while I'm watching.
You should watch Steins Gate.
You say that every time you see me.
Because it's true.
I'll watch it eventually.
Hmm.
In an alternate timeline.
Hey, that's part of Steins Gate.
I don't know. He was telling me the other day that we need to watch it to a certain point and then bring another monitor into the room and watch it from another point.
The proper way to watch Steins Gate.
I don't know. Has he ever explained that to your audience of how to do it?
I've explained it multiple times.
Yeah,
to our audience.
Okay.
We have our periodic Steins Gate episodes
Okay.
where we will randomly let Pyrolus loose upon the earth to talk about Steins Gate for an hour.
And they should do my recommendations. If you want the full, I did it and it was amazing.
I just don't know if I can handle watching two simultaneous episodes.
No, it's amazing because like why watching? Like you're watching one thing happen on the one screen, and it's reacting to the other screen. It's like then it comes
like
together, and then it's like, oh.
Have you done this?
Yes, I have.
You watched it this way?
Yes.
It sounds like an episode of Rick and Morty where they like split the reality.
Yeah, where they
and
mess
it's like
it up.
2 episodes going.
It's like though, like when Makase Kurisu runs into the building before he goes back in time and tells him that he loves her, that she loves him. Like you see what happens in Steins Gate Zero. You see the point of what happens to get her to that point to make her run. So if you watch it side by side at the proper time thing, you're watching and walking in the room deciding, okay, I'm going to go despite, the fact I love her, I got to leave her. Yeah. So he's like preparing him. He mentally prepared himself for that. And as you do that, you see you watch on the other episode on the other screen at the exact same time, Makase Kurisu are like, I love this man. I need to tell him I love him. And then she goes running towards the thing. You like watch it side by side, and she opens the door on the one screen and pops up in the other. And it's like, no. You got 2 monitors. Well, I've not watched it this way yet.
Because I don't got the time or the will.
Steins Gate is about time.
I could not. Okay, Steins Gate hurt my heart enough.
This is going to hurt your heart a lot
I know,
more.
and I could not handle it.
Because
can we just address the fact that it seems like anime takes willpower to sit down and watch?
It does.
Well,
why do you
when
think
the
you don't want to
story's
watch
sad.
stressful anime?
That is true.
It's not, Steins Gate's not stressful. It just makes you cry sometimes when you can watch like everything happen all at once, so you know how it ends up, and then you watch it ending up.
I mean, not gonna lie, it's just me at the end of any anime because I'm like, no, it's over.
That's usually what
I'll
have
never
happen.
see my favorite characters again. Oh, what's the shiny thing?
My problem is I get depressed, and then I start Googling things, and I get more depressed,
Then you eat a bowl of ice cream
and then I eat the tub.
because you got to eat it with a shell.
But that's like one reason why I haven't watched Violet Evergarden yet, because I know it's super sad.
Yeah, I planned on watching it, and it's like I just listened to the soundtrack. And I'm like, well, I'm done. It's like it's beautiful, but
You know, I realized no one's done. This is way off topic, but I just realized it.
But
No one's gone to abandoned houses with a metal detector, see what's inside those floorboards.
people have done that.
Have they?
Yes.
yeah, there's whole YouTube channels dedicated to it.
Let's do it now.
Like right now?
Yes, screw the podcast. We're gonna
We
go
don't
metal
have a metal detector.
I've got a metal detector.
That little wimpy one.
Nope, my papa gave me one that from his closet. He's like, I don't use this. It's like the best grade I could buy at the time. Here you go. Just don't break it.
I don't know. I'd like to do urban exploring. I probably wouldn't take anything from it because I mean, usually urban explorers just are about like exploring things and seeing what.
I'm an urban looter.
I'm an urban looter as well.
Thing is, most places are already looted.
I'm a ranger, my good sir. I go in there, I look for the things no one has found. I'm like,
I thought you were a bard.
hey man, I can be two things. I'm a thieving bard. I stole a dragon's heart. Next is that loot.
I wouldn't mind doing urban exploring, but I don't think there's anything good to really explore where we live.
There's an entire city of Etna that was abandoned over by Baldwin.
Okay.
That's true.
Yeah, there's that. Also, if I remember right, Etna is also like the site of like radioactive dump. So
Yeah. So we're gonna have to get a Geiger
I
counter.
remember driving by there one time and just looking over out the window and seeing radioactive site, and it's a swamp. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, we're gonna have to get a Geiger counter if we explore there, and then run away once we see the Wendigo.
I don't know. I'm gonna go in listening to music from the 1920s with an obnoxiously large rifle.
Hey, I'm down, except I'm not bringing a rifle. I'm bringing an AK-47.
For some reason, I just thought of that like jazz music from the 1920s. I'm like, that's kind of a weird music to listen to, but okay.
Not if you're a Fallout fan.
Oh, I get what you're saying now. That's 1940s.
1940. Yeah, I guess it would be 1940s.
I wouldn't mind shooting a Wendigo to some 1940s music.
Ain't that a kick in the head?
Literally, he knows kickboxing. Help.
Why is this Wendigo Joe Rogan?
Dude, it's just Fallout multiplayer.
Yeah, besides where we can't respawn you when you get decapitated.
That's fine. Let's go to the
That's
city
not
vet right now.
true. It's happened multiple times.
Yeah, as long as you save my head and put on ice within 3 seconds and we get to the hospital within a day and a half, they can. There is a possibility, big possibility of them putting my head
Also,
back on my body.
if you don't do a blood transfusion and you just like give him straight Dr. Pepper and ice cream, he'll be good.
Fair enough. So you're saying we have to carry around a bucket of Dr. Pepper, ice cream, and a bucket of ice?
Yeah, you got to make sure that not much blood leaves the brain. Otherwise, I may come out more retarded than I currently am.
So we put you in the bucket, tip it upside down.
Yes. No, like the
It's
brain.
okay, I have duct tape.
The brain takes about 3 days to fully die. So technically, if you keep all the blood in there, because the main thing that injures the brain, from what I'm aware, is lack of oxygen to it. So if you keep the blood in there and find a way to keep the oxygen circulating through the brain and the blood in there, you can keep the brain alive long enough to get it reattached to a body.
It might overload itself though because of the fact of neural backfiring.
The biggest issue with dying, and a lot of people like die because of this, is a lot of people don't realize when your brain thinks that something's going to happen, usually it does.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you think you're dead, you're dead. Like a lot of people have died just from someone, like they're just thinking they're dead, you know?
Well, that's what happens most of the time when people jump off a bridge.
Yep.
Is they actually die before they hit the water.
And that's why the ragdoll collision effect happens.
Yep.
That's why they bounce off the water like a skipping stone.
Because like it's just the brain for some reason, like, yeah, we're gonna die, so we're just gonna
Shut off.
abort
now.
ourselves right now. Alt F4, Control Alt Delete. Let's get out of here.
And logging out.
So if you
Why do we always talk about weird things when you're on podcasts?
I don't know. Well, maybe because I come from the weird podcast you did for a bit.
That's true.
I don't know. I'm just sitting here like anime, and you guys are just like death penalty.
death penalty.
Oh, we have weird conversations like that all the time.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like most of the time it's like sunshine and rainbows, and then I get here and this is death.
When's
No.
the last time you listened to our podcast?
I don't know.
Have you ever listened to our podcast?
I have quite a bit, and then I fell behind,
Oof.
and I never caught up.
You don't
We're on
have to
episode-
catch up.
I have to.
Watch
Episode
the latest
109.
episode. No,
No?
102.
Oh. The best part is there's no continuity here.
So when does Boom fight the Mecha Samurai? Everyone thinks he's dead, but then he comes back as Boom the like.
That's after Wheeze's divorce hearing.
Yeah.
Oh, after that weird love triangle with the sponge.
Well, you can call him what you want. His name is Kevin, and he's 6'4", but okay.
Yeah, Kevin the Sponge.
He's some kind of sponge. We'll say that.
All we're gonna say is Wheeze is in a better place now.
I know.
In a
Put him
genocide.
Remind me, I have to light that on fire on the way home too.
Whoa!
He does have to get rid of the evidence if he's going to fully commit.
That's true.
I gotta
So
have
now
lunch
you
for
just
work
need-
tomorrow too.
So you're just the new permanent host now.
Yep.
So who's next? Who is he going to replace next then?
Why are you looking at me? We all know it's coming, okay? January, February-ish, all right?
You keep on pushing it back month by
No,
month.
I'm not. It's always been January, February-ish.
Uh-huh.
It has.
Uh-huh.
This guy. I tell you.
Tell me what?
I tell you.
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a copyright.
So boom. What's
Yeah.
the or Pyros? What's the anime that you're looking forward to wanting to watch, or games, or anything?
I'm looking forward to Bungo Stray Dog Season 4. I'm looking forward to High School DxD Season 5. Looking forward to Eromanga Sensei Season 2.
Chainsaw Man's coming out. That's gonna be fun to watch.
That will be fun to watch. Manga's
That
pretty
was
cool.
out already.
Nope, it's coming out really soon. Like
Yeah.
real soon.
ReZero Season 3 better be next.
The I guess the restart or the new season of Bleach. It looks really good. I kind of want to watch original Bleach so I can watch the new season.
1,000-Year Blood War.
Yeah, 1,000-Year Blood War. Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 is coming out.
It is?
Yes.
All right. Now I have something to look forward to.
There's also Gundam Witch of Mercury that's currently coming out that I want to watch.
You got a long road to haul if you're going to start down the path of Gundam.
I'm just gonna start.
You
Gundam.
think Bakumonogatari or Fate or any of those have a long path?
I'm not gonna watch all of Gundam. I'm just gonna
All
watch
of
what I
them.
want to watch.
Even the ones where they're all chibis.
Gundam
What?
Zero is the only one I need to watch.
I need to watch Gundam Zero.
G Gundam. I mean G Gundam.
Yeah, G
Is that the
Gundam.
one where they're all, or do you remember the one where they're all just basically chibi characters?
I do not. What I do know is that G Gundam is the Gundam anime that's not related to any of the other Gundam animes.
Oh, okay.
And it's
Kind of like
my favorite one.
Gundam Iron Blooded Orphans.
You mean that thing on your shelf?
No, that's the original OG bad guy. Oh, the one in the box still? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Iron
No,
Blooded Orphan.
That one, I'm pretty sure, is just one of the old field commanders.
Yeah, he's like the main bad guy.
Because all his subordinates were green and
Yep.
blew up all the time.
Yep.
And that was another show as a child I watched and did not understand.
Gundam?
Gundam. Because for some reason on a children's channel, death was allowed. More so nowadays, but less so back then.
Huh. I didn't know Gundam was on Cartoon Network.
It was.
Interesting.
It really wasn't that entertaining as an 80 child.
It's all right. Boom got his love for Gundams from Transformers.
I did.
Ah, but they're not.
You didn't know
Transformers.
that?
No, I didn't even know you liked Gundam. I never even knew you watched Gundam.
One of my first anime was a Gundam.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, not Gundam, but Mecha.
Oh.
That was Gurren Lagann.
I mean that one on your wall.
Yes, that one.
He likes big things.
The
that
one with the
destroy
man
small
nipples.
things. See, he likes big things that destroy small things, look like people. I just like tanks.
I like tanks too, but then I found out there's giant robots, and I was like, frick tanks.
Dude, a tank could obliterate that thing.
Transformers use tanks as baseball bats.
No, Transformers turn into tanks. That's how cool tanks are.
That's true. That's true.
Like you're a
Tank?
robot that can turn into anything.
Oh,
you
I
want.
have-
All right, Pyrolus. Then you must have liked Transformers because there's Transformers that turned into tanks
No, because
and
original tanks, I
dinosaurs.
can't drive those.
Yeah, you can.
and dinosaurs.
I gotta get consent from them.
No, you don't.
What do you mean, no, you don't?
You just get in and drive.
You expect me to hop into a living thing just randomly, not expect it to kill me?
Get in the mech, Shinji.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna stick with the normal tank.
Have you guys seen my Transformer collection?
Long,
You
long
haven't shown
time
me
ago. I remember, like, as kids, it took about 45 minutes for you to drag out that giant one from under your bed.
Yeah.
Where is that thing?
Under my bed.
Oh.
It's never moved.
Oh, well, the problem is I have over 100 of them,
Uh-huh.
and I have nowhere to put them.
You need to put these things on a shelf.
You
Out
have
and
a
display.
counter
It would cover the entire counter.
You want to impress the ladies, you put those Transformers where everyone can see you.
Put them in glass jars.
No.
What?
Ew, no.
You don't need to understand.
I probably do, and my brain is like, we're just gonna file this messed up thing away for this messed up.
You'll remember it later, and then you'll hate me for it.
Okay.
Jars, anime waifu figurines.
Copious amounts of certain substances.
Oh, for shame on you, Pyro.
They made so the new Foxy figurine from Five Nights at Freddy's. They made it glass jar proof.
Did you know? Oh, you guys know that Dream, the popular streamer, showed his face.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
and he
everyone's saying
milked it.
put the mask back. I'm like, wow.
He milked it for
guys.
like every penny he could get out of it.
One of the bigger streamers took a picture of him and put it in a glass jar.
Oh, jeez. Okay, I don't watch stream. I don't really know much about him, but it's like everyone's like, put the mask back on. It's like, he just looks like a normal, fleshy person.
That's the issue. People expect people like that to look either very bad or very
like
good.
Keanu Reeves or like Ryan Reynolds level of like
It just,
handsomeness,
dude.
when he just looks like a normal dude.
People expect either the ugliest thing out there or the most handsome thing out there if you're famous.
True.
I
True.
watch Moist Critical, or Penguins as he's called on YouTube.
Penguin Z
Yeah,
zero.
Penguin
Whatever.
Z on YouTube. But his streamer name is Moist Critical. And he did a reaction to it. And he's just like, I got real self-conscious because like if everybody thought Dream with his face was the most ugliest thing on earth, I must be like prehistoric horror to them. Like I must be like 5 degrees from the bottom of hell.
He's
Demons
just like the
spawn.
most casual, normal looking dude. Too.
Exactly. His voice is even like casual. It's
Yeah.
just like if I would see him out in the street, I would think he's just a normal dude.
Yeah.
Even when he's like yelling, like he's just like, "Whoa, baby, that's what I'm waiting for."
Oh, I was talking about Dream.
Oh,
But,
okay.
I mean, yeah, Moist Critical is a normal looking dude too.
Yeah.
But it's just like, yeah, it's weird.
It-
Internet's weird, and now they've already forgotten about it.
Yep.
Yep.
I watched Meat Canyon's thing of Dream, which is the first time I saw. Like, I didn't know he revealed his face. I watched Meat Canyon's like,
Oh,
Alright,
he's
like
turning
that.
into the caterpillar.
no, the one he just released like after Dream.
Oh, he
did
released a
it-
new one?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember watching his original one where his dad
Mhm.
started streaming as Dream because Dream
turned
himself
into
was
caterpillar, yeah.
turning into like a bug monster.
I'm
You've
not-
never seen Meat Canyon?
I have, usually when I have the flu.
Oh, okay.
Dude, Meat Canyon is
And I'm
great.
just silently sitting there with, that's the side of YouTube I don't tell anyone about.
Oh,
Meanwhile,
Meat Canyon's great.
you guys are going on about the meat canyon. Like, okay.
The Garfield one.
I stopped at the McDonald's McRib thing. I'm like,
Okay, the
I'm
McDonald's
done.
your food.
I'm done. It's just like, I'm done at this point.
Oh, there was another one.
Do you ever watch any of his actual, like, original non-themed cartoons?
Yeah.
They're something.
Those are something right there. I did stop at that point.
I have this thing when I get sick and I get on YouTube, I'm like, how far can we go?
I've watched Meat Canyon's original cartoons. I liked them.
I didn't say I didn't like them. I just said they were disturbing.
Well, they reminded me of the Happy Smiling Friends a little bit.
Yeah. That was a good show.
That was something too.
Oh, did you guys see that Rick and Morty's coming off a 6th season?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
YouTube is
but-
just like, here, take it.
Well,
take it.
It's such a popular thing that whenever anything new happens, internet blows up about it. It's like, okay.
I didn't know about it until I saw that somebody posted like talking about the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
Like somehow I just missed the hype that is
Last
going out.
thing I seen of Rick and Morty, YouTube was like, hey, look at this. I clicked on like Mr. Nimbus.
Not gonna lie, hype kind of does the opposite effect for me. Whenever people get really hyped over it, I just get annoyed about it.
I get the same way. That's why I try to watch. If I want to watch a show, I just don't pay attention to anybody else.
Well, that's why I don't really get on the internet too much.
Yeah.
And I don't really pay attention to stuff like that because I don't want things to be ruined.
Yeah, it's kind of like the cyberpunk thing. I'm just going like, I'm gonna watch it eventually, and then YouTube's just like, here's this and this and this, and then it's like, I better watch this before YouTube just ruins it.
Yeah.
The main thing that made me start to want to watch Edge Runner is they have that Lolly character in it.
Rebecca.
And CD Project Red was mad that Trigger wanted to put a lolly in there.
Mhm.
They're like, do you want the anime or do you not want the anime? You get the lolly or you get nothing.
And they made her like the most BA character in there.
She's a sweet character. She looks cool. I don't know. You've actually seen the show, so she might be crap.
She's actually a pretty cool character. Yeah. She's trigger happy.
Nice. I like trigger happy.
Trigger happy lollies are a good thing.
Yeah.
We need more of them in this world.
I just the thing. It's like yesterday I seen where like the internet is like, how dare they have a lolly? And it's like people are just like pulling up the age thing. It's like it's literally because she's small. She's in her 20s. Yeah. It's like, dude, calm down, people.
I sell firearms. I can sell firearms with legal lollies and give them all trigger happy. Let's go.
I don't know if the world can handle that.
I don't know if I could handle it, but it's gonna happen. Legal lollies unite. I'm gonna make a new militia.
What's the banner gonna be?
Let me think.
Just anime highs.
Anime highs.
No, it's gotta be some.
See, legal lollies has to be an acronym for something.
Lethal. I don't know. Lethal little.
That's 2 L's.
Yeah.
You need an O. Lethal. Ordinary.
Lethal little ones.
I'll figure this out.
It's okay. You don't gotta do that.
My brain is going overpowered now.
Oh god. So cool. What else we gotta talk about?
I don't know, but I'm gonna go stoke the flamethrower and get it ready.
Why?
No reason.
Oh yeah. Feel bad for Wheeze.
Crispy or rare?
Man, I like medium rare.
Okay.
Wheeze like dropped out of the podcast this episode like at the wrong day because we had a bunch of stuff to talk to him about. So we're going to talk about the bridge and stuff like that, and
yeah, we're going to talk about the bridge. Yeah, we're releasing our bridge.
Yeah, soon. He's going to release the bridge.
Yeah, he's going to
because it's his.
It is his.
Well.
It is. And now he's dead.
Also, he was the one that's always been wanting to be on a podcast with you too.
Well, see, and then see what happened.
Yeah, exactly. You killed him.
Yes.
Oh, I'm not supposed to say that out loud. You threw him in a ditch.
Yes.
On the side of the road.
Yes.
Totally.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
No, chainsaws may not have been involved.
What? All right, I think I messed up Pyrolus because now he's just looking up what legal lolly flags there can be.
No, hold on. I'm thinking of a thing. I'm gonna use Lolita instead of Lolly because I can do more with that.
Lolita?
Mm-hmm.
Why not just use Lolicon?
But no, because that's like the Lolicon are pedophiles. These are legal lollies. Therefore, you can't be a pedophile if they're of age.
Small adults.
Yeah,
true. Fair enough.
That was kind of the argument I was seeing online too. It's like there's so many people like know nothing about anime. It's like this is a pedophile thing, and then it's like other people like it literally just means it's a small adult character.
That's what it is
in
anime culture.
Yeah.
Kind of like weeb means something different than
it's a way you can make a cute cartoonish character without going full like changing the art and animation.
Right. And also it's like I don't know. It's just a cultural as well. There's always going to be that like something about having a short character in anime just
it puts your other characters to scale. Like here's some, like you got a ripped giant character, here's to make them look bigger.
Mm-hmm. Which I guess happens a lot in Edge Runners because she's like really small.
Yeah. There's a lot of people who are just jacked.
Like Atom Smasher.
Yeah. Atom Smasher was cool. And for the little bit I've seen of him in the video game, he's just cool. Like he's a cool villain.
Is he?
Yes. I kind of wish they would have had him in the show a little bit more, but
Isn't he the main like bad guy?
He's a merc.
Oh, is he just a merc?
Yeah. Yep. He's like, I guess, kind of spoiled. He's like one of the few people who was like able to go like full cyborg without like it bothering him at all. So like he can use pretty much anything that he's equipped with, he can use it without any strain or anything.
Oh, that's cool.
So he's
makes sense why they call him Atom Smasher.
Yeah.
He's like literally doesn't have any actual atoms.
Yeah, like he's like the boogeyman in the cyberpunk world.
Oh, that's sweet.
Which is kind of funny. He's the boogeyman, and in cyberpunk video games, Keanu Reeves is a character in it.
Oh yeah, that is cool.
Also, I didn't realize the main character is stylized after the character on the cover art for the video game.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that was supposed to be the main character, or if this was just a different take on the story. Or...
Well, no. The main character in Cyberpunk is just named, I think, V.
Okay.
I think. Is it V? Something. It's a generic. It's generic enough where you can just role play, because it's a role playing game.
Yeah.
You're not playing as a certain type of character.
It's kind of funny, is it's like, I don't know how it came back from the dead, because Cyberpunk used to be a tabletop RPG.
Yeah, I always wanted to play it.
Way back in the day.
Like, there's hardly any material for it.
Yeah,
nowadays.
It pretty much is just like...
It's expensive.
In the hands of collectors.
Yeah.
Although they did make one for the video game.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to have to check that one out. Cool.
I don't know what that one's like, but I mean, when there's in scenes they're like, it's a basilisk tank, and I'm like, I should know how dire this is, but I don't.
Yeah. That is weird. So a video game got made into, or a RPG got made into a video game that got made into an anime.
That is also an RPG.
There's also an RPG. Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, it's got a longer life than people think. You know, I would think would be cool for an RPG. Not a lot of people know, or not an RPG to make a show. It'd be Shadowrun.
Yeah, it's true.
Where it's like futuristic, high fantasy.
Yeah,
and
that would be a cool show. Just like, even if it's like, I don't want live action, but like an animated show.
They could do a good live action. Have you ever watched Bright?
Yeah.
Bright was actually pretty good for what
Bright was amazing.
Bright was really good, yeah.
I like Bright.
Like,
they came off a anime of that.
Did they?
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out then. Because I really, really liked Bright, and I was like, come on, make another movie.
Right.
Or like a show or something. Because it kind of ended on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, it did.
It was so good, though.
Oh, it was, yeah. It's like a crime show, but with monsters and magic.
Yeah, that was fun. I like the idea of all of the races trying to meld together.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was
like
really
how
cool.
Modern society would kind of shift around.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yep. How the orcs kind of took more, because orcs are tribal. They kind of like made gang culture and mafia and stuff. That was kind of cool.
And like the elves were the uppity elites and stuff.
Then there's humans, still just the middle class average people.
It's just kind of like, how did we get here?
Basically, like, if you think about it, in a fantasy world, how do humans stay evolving? Like, they'd get wiped out, right?
I don't know.
Well,
I think it would go. Certain fantasy things have it where like elves or dwarves are literally like the extension of like evolution of humans.
Yeah, there's some.
That's true, but in a lot of fantasy, it's like humans can't hardly do anything.
No, usually they're the ones that just kind of infest every corner of the world.
That's true, like Lord of the Rings.
Like most of the other species are like, we are so stuck in our ways that we don't adapt or advance.
Yeah, it's true.
Meanwhile, humans are like, we are cockroaches.
Mm-hmm.
We will do anything, and we use anything to become the best.
Yeah, pretty much.
That reminds me of a sci-fi book I read once called The Leviathan Awakes.
Mm-hmm.
It's from the Expanse series. And they're talking about like Earth-ending events. And they're like, yeah, this is super bad, but we all know as like humans that we're already on different planets. So it's like, we'll still be alive.
Yeah.
Like we'll find a way. But it's just, it's weird. Earth, or a spacefaring Earth society's thoughts on apocalypse.
Well, yeah, because like in theory, I mean, in a lot of sci-fi stuff, it's just like, okay, we'll either seed a planet or just move our populace, and everything will be okay.
Right.
No, I've been listening a little bit more to like audiobooks of like some sci-fi stuff. Like I started listening to the actual book of All Tomorrows.
Oh, did you?
It's like really interesting on how concept of like how slow the universe actually progresses until basically it just ends and then progresses again in different directions.
Oh yeah. So that's an actual like fiction book?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. It's basically just a telling accounts of like different species and stuff that branched off humans after like a galactic conquest of another race and how humans like got to other planets in the first place. It's
okay.
Reads more like a science book.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be like the worms or
Right.
the striders and just things like that.
That's cool.
It's fun to listen to. I don't think I'd actually read the book because I'd probably fall asleep.
Fair. I do have that problem with lots of like really wordy books, which is weird to think that book can be wordy and not wordy.
Well, because we all grew up in the era of like Goosebump books, which were like super detailed, but in a way that kept you engaged.
Well, I want to say Goosebumps, but I definitely read a lot of Star Wars books.
Well, I mean, they were worded the same, the same way. They didn't try to be dumb. They didn't try to be fancy either. They were just, we're going to tell a story, set the scenes and just, you can picture everything that's going on here. I don't know what's happened with writing in the last decade or so.
Everybody wants to be the new Stephen King.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't like Stephen King's books. I don't know. It's like he's on acid and he goes off some rabbit trail.
I like the premise of the story.
But he is on acid.
I know. That's why I don't like him, though.
I like the premise of a lot of the stories. The concepts are cool, but to actually try to read the books is painful because it's there's a certain level in writing where too much detail is a very bad thing.
Yeah.
And he is like, I will tell you about that little hook there in the corner of the room that's out of sight behind the TV screen. Like he's super ultra detailed to the point it gets kind of boring a lot of times.
There's the one story where they get lost in the tall grass.
Yeah.
That was a stupid one.
Okay.
Like there's a bunch of stuff like that. It's like, dude, I think he's just overhyped.
It could be. I mean, once some of these books are made into movies, it's kind of hard not to overhype them, especially if the movies are good.
Thing is, Stephen King hates most of the movies that were made after his books because they're like, let's butcher what we were given here.
Right. Although I think he liked The Shining.
Did he?
I thought he did.
I don't know if he commented on that.
The Shining was the only one that I actually like.
Was good.
Yeah.
I liked The Shining. I liked you ever watched The Green Mile or anything like that?
I've not seen
Shawshank Redemption.
Shawshank Redemption was another one.
Yeah, Shawshank.
I forgot that's a Stephen King book.
Yep, he didn't write just horror. Like if he writes normal like stories or like have a little unique twist on them, they're pretty good.
He only takes half the acid at that point.
Yeah.
But I think it's also too just the consistency. Like he has so many stories and books.
That's true.
Boom's slowly dying over there.
My allergies are acting up. It's okay.
Okay. I just seen a red button clicked on and it's like, this is the end of the world.
Oh no.
I'm gonna sneeze.
No, sir. That's not the nukes. That's the coffee button.
Okay, well, I think with that bad joke, I think we'll end it for tonight.
Real quick, I think I can find my acronym.
Okay.
Liberation of Little Insurrectionist Tiny Adults.
Kind of makes it sound like you're running a militia of midgets, but close enough.
That's what lollies are.
Kind of.
They're like,
don't tell that to the one in Cyberpunk.
They're like 5'2" and under.
Wait, would she shoot us?
Probably.
If we told her she's a midget?
Probably.
No, she can't shoot me. I just pat her head. It's the weakness of every lolly.
I don't think it is with this one.
Just pat her head and be like, hey, I can sell you more firearms. Bada bing, bada boom.
All right. Well, with that, we appreciate you coming onto the podcast, Ramen Cat. So that was fun.
Hopefully, I didn't bore your audience to death.
I don't know.
We'll find out.
Okay.
It seems like
be prepared for the most negative reviews possible.
Oh, it's weird. Whenever Weeze isn't here and we have someone else on, our views actually spike up.
Yep. 2 flamethrowers tonight.
It kind of happens when the hosts go away. We just haven't tested on me yet.
I've never missed one.
You haven't?
No.
But there's that one time. No, you didn't.
I've never missed one. You've missed one. I've even sent in a podcast episode I did myself because I didn't want him to.
Yeah, he's the one that's like, boom, sick. I will take it upon myself to make
My
an
recording
episode.
equipment just sucks.
Yeah, your recording equipment does suck.
But I've never missed a day, even when I was almost forced to.
It's true. You are a loyal employee.
I came from Missouri Monday morning at 2:30 in the morning and parked my car in my parking lot and slept there. That way I wouldn't be late for work.
It's true.
I'm a pretty loyal employee if I say so myself. So I'd say a little too loyal sometimes.
Again, I don't know why you torture yourself so much, but
I gotta make someone happy because my happiness isn't worth it.
wow. All right. Well, with that, thank you, Ramen Cat, for joining us. We should have you on more often. That was fun.
Just say the word.
Hopefully with Wheeze this time. That'd be fun.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Depends on if he like wiggles his way to survival.
You better hurry up. He might be crawling his way on out.
He might be.
So, as a tradition, can you badly explain where we can find you on social media?
You can find me on Twitter at RamenCat13, or I've got another page that's called Eldritch Quill Arts. I've not really been on either of them because I decided to switch. Like, I was trying to do digital art, and I'm like, you know what? Heck with that. I'm gonna go back to traditional. That takes a while to do.
Fair enough.
And that's about it.
He does really good art. You should pay him the monies.
Yes, you should.
We get 10% commission for every referral, right?
Sure.
All right. Just let him know that you referred us, and yeah.
I'll keep funding your project.
Let's go.
Let's see. And then Pyrolus.
You can find me at Pyrolus2 on the Twitter. Eventually, I'll post some more to my YouTube. Eventually.
What's your YouTube?
Pyrolus Plays.
There you go. All right. And of course, you can find me at SirBoom9 on Twitter if you want to. I don't post on there at all, but you can also find me mainly on the Baka-Talk Twitter, which is Talk Baka. Or that's about it. You can find the podcast itself at YouTube, on YouTube at Baka-Talk Studios.
Yep, Baka-Talk.
I forgot about it.
You can email us at talkbaka@gmail.com.
Yep. I see. Here's the running thing. I always try to explain where all the social media connections are, but then again, Wheeze interrupts me and then does it for me. So I've forgotten where all the
You can
links
just
are.
you can just Google Baka-Talk. Like literally just Google Baka-Talk. We're pretty big now, mainly because of how many episodes we have.
Yeah.
We've infested the internet.
That's pretty much how we've gotten to top of results every time you
I found out a study on podcasting. 90% of podcasts don't make it past episode 3.
Look at that. We're already better than 90%.
Yeah.
And the eye in the sky that is Google acknowledges their existence.
Barely.
Barely, but you're there.
We
We'll
are
be
the
the best BTS one day.
You're like a Trojan virus buried deep in the system.
Yeah, someday somebody will get mad at us enough to cancel us, and that's when we're going to get big.
See, the way I look at it, it's the same way I handle all my relationships. I just annoy them until they finally accept I'm there.
Isn't that just how posting works in the internet world?
Yep.
Yes.
Well, anyways, with that, we will see you all later. Say your goodbyes.
Jam meow.
Good night.
See you all.
Do the jam
later.
meow.
Jamya.
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 There you go.
All right.
Meow.
Meow. See y'all later.